The 13 Virtues. Ben Franklin first composed the 13 Virtues in 1730, when he was just in his 20s. It's almost unthinkable nowadays for us to look at the list, divine its philosophical and moral maturity, and think of it as a work of someone in their 20s. But Ben Franklin always was an innovator. He originally wrote about the virtues for himself, in his notebooks, as a way to achieve the kind of life he wanted to lead. Since personal integrity and being a success by his own individualistic standards was most important to him, it's no surprise that Franklin's guidelines for life took this kind of abstract bent, rather than a more concrete form with specific prescribed actions. Guidelines for life. Franklin intended his 13 virtues to be an overall guideline for living one's life, with the end result that one would be made better for doing so. He certainly didn't pronounce them as a dogma that one would be damned for not following, as he resented this isolationist sentiment in his fellow Christians, sympathizing with the plight of the deists who populated his age. Indeed, he even doubted that it was possible to incorporate all 13 of the virtues at any one time. Instead, he would pick out one per week to focus upon, and would pay little mind to the others, leaving them up to chance and fate. Naturally, Franklin often failed in his efforts to uphold these virtues. As you might expect from a glimpse of his physique, he wasn't the most temperate individual, and enjoyed indulging heavily in both food and drink. He had a reputation as something of a ladies' man, and while he wasn't involved in any kinds of scandals or untoward behavior, he certainly did enjoy the company of women. Despite setbacks of this nature, however, Franklin continued to try to follow the virtues. He acknowledged that over time, following them became easier and easier, as righteous behavior became a matter of habit rather than something that one had to consciously fight for. When Franklin published his Poor Richard's Almanac, it was the discussion of the 13 virtues that occupied the majority of the text. This is because Franklin viewed them as his most important contribution to culture. Can you imagine? The man who invented the lightning rod, developed the Franklin stove, popularized advertising, and who was instrumental in founding the United States of America, considered this simple list of 13 traits his most important work he'd ever done. He must have placed an awful lot of value on possessing a good character, and his success in business demonstrates that he was right in doing so. The virtues weren't just for public show either. Though Franklin published them in Poor Richard's, he also included them in private correspondence, including a notable letter to his son William, in which he bade him try to uphold the same virtues, promising that they would lead him down a bright and profitable path in life, regardless of his choice of vocation. Moreover, it was Ben's hope that we would all do the same. He frequently stated that he hoped future generations would look at his virtues and find something of value in them. We like to think he'd be pleased to know that this book exists. The important thing to keep in mind when reading over the descriptions of these virtues and how they can practically benefit your life is that nobody is perfect. Franklin himself didn't live up to all 13 of these all the time, and neither will you. No matter your best intentions, you'll always slip up and you'll always face setbacks. The important thing is that you always strive to be moving forward, onward, and upwards towards a better future. If you progress just a little each and every day, then you will eventually meet your goals. These virtues are sure to help you achieve that little bit of daily progress that is crucial to a successful life.